Here we go.
Good afternoon, YouTube's me all the way George Page, aka the Emperor of Female Body Talk, coming to you live on YouTube. Well, folks, can you believe we have a few more days left of October? So, we just started the month and now we're about to end it. And also, just around the corner is Halloween. And I hope you enjoy your upcoming Halloween weekend. And also, we got some shows coming up next month. A couple of shows, which is also going to be qualification for next year's Olympia 2026. So anyway, I dedicated these comparisons to ladies who are competed at Olympia. We have some here, some Olympia level competitors. These are the top-notch amazing women in the sport of bodybuilding. But this one here is, guys, for you guys out there who are a fan of women with muscle. This is from the files of flex and sex appeal. I know you love these buff, beautiful women, these amazing women with muscle, size, development. I mean, you're a fan of them. I know people, as I say this often, I keep going to repeat this because people got to open your mind to it. There are some beautiful women in the sport of bodybuilding. Yes, there'll be a few women that look maybe in your mindset kind of not as attractive, but there's some women who are just stunning. And these ladies here, I would say, are some of the most stunning women. They compete in the physique division. One of the ladies I had the pleasure of meeting just about a couple months ago while I was at Tampa. And that is, she was at the time number 3 in the world in the women's physique division. Now she's dropped down to 5th in the world. That is Mrs. Sheronica Henton. Recently, I think she just got married to her fiance. I know they posted it on social media. And also here is from Brazil. This amazing, beautiful woman from Brazil is Nana Silva. Now, as you know, Sheronica has been in the game for quite a long time. She's a multi-time Olympia. She's been in Olympia, I think, this past one has been her 5th Olympia. And, last year she cracked the top 3, which qualified. She had a couple of shows this year, but still, she was already qualified for the Olympia. And Nana, she's been in the game for a good bit. She turned pro about a year or so ago, and she made a pro debut in a show in Brazil. She did a couple more shows also here in the States. Both ladies are just amazing, great physiques, great, bodies. I mean, they just are, I would say, top level competitors. As you know, Nana just recently competed at the Master Olympia, where she won the women's physique title. As you know, she was already qualified for the Olympia. But, winning that title is pretty good. She is a Master Olympian and also an Olympian. That's double, And Sheronica, as I said again, been in the game. She's a coach and a trainer. One of the best posing coaches in the sport. I mean, I'm a fan of hers. I knew quite a few ladies have worked with her in the past. And again, it was a pleasure to meet her and talk to her when I was in Tampa. I think these are both beautiful women, just amazing women of different backgrounds, different cultures. And like I said, I love my women of muscle with melanin. Being that Nana's Brazilian, Sheronica black. I mean, it's just a beautiful combination of muscle and melanin. And we look at both of these ladies. Now, here we have them at the 2025 Olympia. Both ladies look amazing. Great physiques, great definition. Both were in the top 10 with Sheronica taking 5th. And I think Nana she was 7th. I mean, she looked really good. Maybe the next show she might do a little better. But both of the ladies have great aesthetics and great physiques. Here is a front double. If I go by it, size, projection, overall conditioning, the slight edge I have to give is here to Sheronica. As you know, she's been number 3 in the world, top 5 competitor. She's been, in this game for quite a long time, and she brings a great level. I mean, to me, honestly, she fits the aesthetics of what is women's physique more than who's in the top 2, or top 3 at this year's Olympia. Next up we have here is a side chest. Well, they look pretty good. It's really close. If I look at it aesthetically wise, I would say I would give the slight edge here to Sheronica. Again, Sheronica, like I said, this is a top level competitor. I can't deny that. Great condition, great look. I mean, we look at the stitching in her arms, the lines, definitions in her shoulders and traps. I mean, she looks really great. 5th, I feel like she should have been a little higher. I honestly feel like she should have won last year. But you know how it is. The judges are kind of subjective when they pick these competitors for their placings. Next up we have is the rear double. And from the back, I got to give this one to Nana. Look at the conditioning of the glutes, how well the hamstring ties into the upper part of the glutes. Good width of the back, really nice pop. Both conditions are great, but I think if I look at it, Nana look more fuller, should be more definition. The back can make or break how you place. But I just want to hear to Nana. Here we have a nice tricep shot. If I look at it, either one can go either way. This is a flip of the coin because it's so close. I would say I'd give a slight edge here to Nana, just slightly. A little more roundness, good condition in the shoulder. You can see more of a pop. Nice development of the tricep. So I would give a slight edge here to Nana. Here we had the ab and thigh pose. And I love when ladies do the traditional double hands behind the back. I mean, to me, like a lot of the physique competitors like to do the one hand. To me, it's kind of lazy. You really get to see the detail of the positioning. I mean, these ladies look really good. I feel like, usually I would say this, Sheronica usually has more pop in her abdominals. Condition's pretty good in the quads. But if I give it to anybody, I have to say I've given this here to Nana. You will see more conditioning, more development, good feathering in the quads. I mean, she has great conditioning. I mean, like I said, just maybe becoming a little tighter and maybe more size, she can possibly crack the top 5 the next Olympia, depending which show she gets her qualification at. Here we have a nice bicep pose. Oh, both ladies are good biceps, but here I give this one here to Sheronica. She has a little more projection, a little more size, a better peak. So I have this one here to Sheronica. Here we have a nice shot from the back. And even though I think it's slightly close here, it is. But if you look at it compared to, it's one thing you look at the show compared to when they're prep pictures. This is always going to be a difference. But if I go with anybody, I have to go with Sheronica. We see the conditioning, the width of her back. She has a great taper. I mean, again, that's why I say Sheronica is really, she fits the criteria with physique. She should have been, Miss Physique Olympia last year, and I think she deserves it this year. I think the division is running away from what the criteria is supposed to be. The girls like Sheronica, women like Natalia, and a couple of ladies who's in the top 5, who's in the top 3, just don't really, to me, fit the standard of what physique is. I'm just like I say, from what I'm learning, what I've heard. But, that's just my opinion. Like I said, these are both amazing ladies. Great muscle, great development. I mean, great champions. As you know, Nana, she is Olympia, Master Olympia champion. As you know, they're going to have it back in 2027. Right now, there's a situation going on, so we may not have it in Japan. I hope maybe you might bring it to the States. That'd be a great place to go. Maybe go to the 2027 Master Olympia. Yeah, that'd be great. And, Sheronica is an amazing person, a coach. A lot of people talk about her. It was a great opportunity to meet her in person when I was at Tampa. These are just amazing ladies. Great looks to them, great physiques. I would say stunning women, very attractive. I've been in contact with Nana a few times. She doesn't speak American. She speaks Brazilian. Brazilian, not Portuguese. Portuguese is another language. That's another country, even though the Brazilian language is a city from Portuguese, but it's separate. There's some different cadences and spellings and things are different. I would love to do an interview, but she doesn't speak English. You have to get a translator. Sometimes you lose things in translation. And Sheronica, it was a great opportunity to talk to her. Congratulations on her nuptials. I feel like they're going to get married in Vegas. Why not? Hey, you're in Vegas. It's a city of marriages. Congratulations to her and both her fiance Chris, or now her wife Chris. I hope you enjoyed a great life together. Sheronicas an amazing lady. I mean, been in the game for quite some time, a coach, a trainer. I would say one of the top posers. I mean, just amazing physique, amazing look. And like I said, she's very stunning. And also, can't forget, Sheronica served our country in the United States Army. She was living here in my home state of North Carolina. She was stationed in Bragg. And anytime anybody who served our country, I don't say thank you for your service. As a citizen, I appreciate the sacrifice that you have made on behalf of this country as a citizen. But both ladies are just amazing competitors, top level competitors. Love to see them, next year, or maybe, as you know, Sheronica has to requalify because, she was 5th, and you only can be top 3 in particularly the division, except for men's bodybuilding's top 5. I don't know why, they cut it down to top 3 to top 3 to everybody else. And men's bodybuilding is still top 5. Women's bodybuilding is every top 5 because, hey, it's one of the oldest divisions next to the men's body division in the sport. But, that's just my opinion. But both Sheronica are just amazing ladies, top level competitors. Much respect to them. Again, we might hope to see Nana try to shoot for the Olympia again. There's a show coming up that's in Brazil that's been promoted by Natalia Cuejo, the current Miss Olympia physique champion. She might do that show. She's also done Atlanta that one year, but I think she got top 3 or took second. I can't remember. And whichever show that Sheronica do, Well, good. I hope she does Atlantic Coast as long as Natalia's not there. If not, maybe do New York where she got a qualification last time, or maybe do another show. If Natalia does New York or Pittsburgh, I would say skip those shows. Either do Ultima or Omaha, or maybe try another show that might get you qualification. But both ladies are top level competitors. Much respect to their passion, their physiques, and also they are women who I truly believe that have that flex and sex appeal. Anyway, just me on our page, aka the Emperor of Female Body Talk. Don't like, subscribe, don't subscribe. I'm out.